on Sunday I was speaking about the flesh. Is that not so? Because all through the year we've spoken so much about the spirit, and we have dwelt so much in the spirit that if we are not careful, we can be so spiritually conscious and fleshly useless. Yet the flesh is the carrier of the spirit. So this was my explanation. And I told you how you can dwell in the spirit and not consider the flesh and the implication of it. How it can ruin a whole lot. A whole lot. And I made some examples. There are so many examples that I don't even need to, of necessity, repeat any example. Have you seen pastors that dwell in the spirit? All their children they have in the flesh are useless. How many of you have noticed it? So some will be thief, some will be a shower, some will be smoker, some will even be lesbian in the house of the pastor. Because he is so much in the spirit, he has neglected the flesh. Some of them, husband and wife, they are just living together, they are divorced. I was praying with a pastor in Abuja. He's just living with his wife. Guess what? By the time they buy clothes, they cut it. This one so, this one so. So they wear the same clothes down to church. And you are saying couples go, not knowing that these people have been divorced for some even 15 years. Some, the last show of affection they had from their husband is 15 years ago. So the man is so much in the spirit and less in the flesh. Whereas it's the flesh that got married, not the spirit. Are you here? You went home. So I realized that perhaps there was no safe landing for the message, because some persons began to ask me, now how can we engage the flesh? How can we make the flesh useful? That was the question I was asked. So I started Genesis 1. You realize that where I'm about, all these places I'm going to be talking about, we already know them. Genesis 1, the Bible says God created man in his image and his likeness. 1:26-27, let us make man, and God created man. Then Genesis 2, God is forming man. God created man. Genesis 2, God is forming man. And the logical explanation would be that Genesis 1, God created man, like imaginative creation. There's nobody that is going to build something. Many of you, as you are seated here, the company you are going to have is already on your head. How many of you? The house you're going to build, you already have it imaginatively. So God said, let us make man. And God created man. Genesis 1. Then Genesis 2, the Bible says God formed man. Is that not so? So what was in the imaginative thought, he brought it to formation on earth. Why? Because the man he created cannot carry the prophecy he gave. Because the man he created in his mind would have been a spirit to be in the mind of God. Are you getting this? Simple explanation. So Genesis 2, the Bible says God formed man. And after some time again, the Bible says the man was lonely and God formed who? The woman out of the rib of the man. So he was just bringing them from his imagination. So there's nothing a man is going to do that he does not first of all create it in his mind. Are you here or you went home? So it looks like the man was already there, because creation in the mind is already half creation. I'm telling you, everything you have seen in your imaginative mind is already half of it. It's already created half. Just to add flesh to it. So God created man, Genesis 1. Genesis 2, the Bible says God formed man. Then he breathed man, breathed his spirit into the man, and man became what? A living. Let me show you some things there in Genesis 2. I've studied Genesis back to back. And it's a prophetic book. You realize that the man God created was not on earth. How many of you know that? So that will show you that it was in the mind of God. Why do I say he was not on earth? I will explain. The Bible says God formed man and put him in the garden. God formed man is in your Genesis 2 and put him in the garden. So it means man was not created in the garden. Man was formed. So how did God form man and put him in the garden? The logical example would have been that God formed man somewhere, but the real thing that is a man is not of this earth. That's why when you die, your spirit goes to somewhere and your soul goes to somewhere. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So the one that was made is here. So the real one that God considered as a man, he breathed him into this one. And the Bible says, then the man became a living soul. Why? All the prophecies of God, the man he created would not have been able to carry it. Because the man he created is a spirit. The real you is a spirit. That's why I gave a prophetic example. If I want to prophesy to anybody, do it. You see, it's very simple. If I want to prophesy to you and I see that God is not talking to me, maybe I'm already in your front and God is not talking to me, I just begin to think that we are related. So I've taught you secrets, but some of you will just be looking. I just begin to think, we are related, we are related. I know we are related. I know we are related. We are related. And I'm not lying. We are related because all of us are from one spirit. Every one of us, we are from one spirit, which is from God. So we all are related. By the time I begin to think we are related, then I begin to see myself like in Osho, in a certain house, where then I begin to see your family house as my family house. Then I say, can I go to your house? Because in the real sense, we are related in the realm of the spirit. Are you here or you went home? Because we all, according to creation, we are one. Because we all are spirit. So creation in Genesis 1, we all are spirit. Spirit does not carry the capacity to subdue the earth. Why? Because the spirit does not belong to the earth. It's the flesh that belongs to the earth. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? According to Psalm 115 verse 16, the heavens and the whole of the heavens belong to God, and the earth has been given to what? Sons of men. So what gives you the validation to stay here on earth would be the flesh. And what gives you the validation to have dominion here on earth is the flesh. So God understood that he had to form man and bring man down, so that man could fulfill the prophecy. And what gives you the validation to keep staying here on earth is still the flesh. Still the moment you lose the flesh, you carry no more capacity to stay here. You need to live here. That's why the Bible says it's appointed for man to die once, and after death, what? Judgment. So nobody dies and roams about. I know many of you must have heard about the spirit of people that move around. Okay, let me just cut across it. The person you know that died, you can never see the spirit. What you saw is the angel or the demon fighting him. Yes. What you saw is the angel. Okay. Does it mean that you saw my spirit when you had a dream and I was praying for you in your dream? My spirit is inside of me. It's not me. But the angel of the Lord that follows me, they know that you believe in me. And God needs to send a message. So the angels come in the face of who you believe. Sometimes who you saw as Daddy Adeboye is your own angel. How many of you get that now? They say, if I come as an angel, he will die in his sleep because he may be scared. Some people may even run away. It has happened to me. Angels have appeared to me before and I ran. Many times. Countlessly. So God understands that. So what he does is he make your angel come in the face of who you respect. Guess what? The person can still die and you still see the person. One time Papa Kenneth Iagin appeared to me. And he's long gone, long dead and gone. But sometimes my angel wants to bring a promise to me. So he has to come in the face of Papa Kenneth Iagin. So I saw him, I knelt down. But what gives you the validation to stay here is the flesh. So on Sunday I was just saying, take care of your flesh. Take care of your flesh. Because this thing is the one that will fulfill the prophecy you receive in the spirit. A lot of you, let me tell you something. You see, when you receive a certain revelation from the spirit, like maybe you are being prophesied to, or you had a dream. Are you here or you went home? You had a dream, or you are being prophesied to. What brings it to fulfillment is not the spirit, it is the flesh. That is why when you tell somebody that I am seeing you in UK, and the person never ever did international passport, he will remain in Akure till Jesus comes. So what brings about the fulfillment of the prophecy? It is the flesh, not the spirit. So the spirit is like the map, and the spirit brings an enablement. But the flesh does the majority whilst you are here. It is the flesh that goes through the process. It is the flesh that pays the price. So the spirit just show you what is there already. It is the flesh. I decree upon your life in the name of Jesus, you're going to have a blessed marriage. What I say is from the spirit. What brings you to completion is the flesh. So you are going to have a blessed marriage. If you like, shout amen. Then you bring $3,000 and you sow as a seed. If your flesh does not do what it takes to keep a man, you keep sowing. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? Let me make an example to that what I just said. How come you see that street girls, street girls who collect the husband of a born again? Oh, now you are thinking it. And some brothers say, yeah, I've laid my hands on the plow. No street girl. No, you have not jammed your size. There's one of my friends. I was sharing the story. I think Francis was there and some of my sons were there. I was sharing the story. And I want to say it, not the way I said it there, because this one, camera and everybody. He said, I love this woman. I said, why? He said, because by the time she sleep with me, she will now massage my body. Then I will now sleep off. Imagine if that one hold your husband. That one now sleep with your husband and now massage him, and the guy now sleep off, and you have received a prophecy that this your husband is bantale. Oh, in the afternoon. Are you seeing that even to keep the prophecy here on earth, it has to do with flesh? That's why for Jesus to fulfill a certain prophecy, he had to come in what? In flesh. I burst into laughter and I said, tell me this thing again. You say, I don't know, maybe because she schooled in Akwa Ibom, but by the time she finished, she will now massage me. I say, yes. This packaging, only God understood what Samson saw in Delilah. They didn't just record it down. There were ladies among the Hebrew women, but there were ladies that could do what the Hebrew women could not do. By the time he jammed Delilah, Delilah was the fulfillment of prophecy. So when I see women most of the times, and they come and they say, man of God, pray for me, and they are quick to kneel down and they tell me, pray, man of God, I look at them, what do you want me to pray about? They say, peace in my marriage. I heard a certain story where somebody met an herbalist and told the herbalist to say, anytime my husband come home, my husband beats me. Anytime my husband come home, my husband beats me. My husband beats me. And the herbalist said, give me a certain amount. I will make him not to beat you and he will love you. It's okay. The herbalist went. The next day, the herbalist brought sweet. Say, come and meet me so time. Brought some sweet. Wrapped it with honey so that it will not look like what it is. Is there any time you come home and he start talking, put one in your mouth, just be licking it. While you are licking this thing and you are still feeling the taste, don't talk or else you run mad. Whilst you are licking it, don't argue with him. Don't talk to him. Make sure that you are smiling and you are nice, or else you run mad. After a month, the woman came with a massive thanksgiving to the herbalist. After the herbalist received everything, the herbalist told the woman, he said, what I gave to you was Mentos and honey. He said, that means if the man speak, you reply. If the man speak, you insult him. If the man speak, you insult him. So your major problem, when the sweet finish, don't come back again for sweet. Your mouth is a problem. I had another story from, I think, Daddy Olukoya, where a brother went to an herbalist and said, I want to pass my exam. And the herbalist said, okay, from the beginning of the semester, come, there's something I'll do inside powder for you. The beginning of the semester, the guy went to the herbalist, and the herbalist, ordinary dusting powder, poured it in one of their funny container, gave to the guy, and told the guy that each time you rub this dusting powder, ensure you don't sleep and leave your book. Make sure you read for 3 hours. And you must do it every day. The guy thanked him, carried it, and he passed that semester in flying colors. He brought back thanksgiving to the herbalist, and the herbalist said, your problem is you don't read. Are you learning something? A lot that you think is the spirit, it's not the spirit. Everywhere you are going to reach in this your life, it's already released in the spirit. But it is the flesh that will bring it to manifestation. Man, if God told you some of the things he had told me, encounter, some of you will never fast again. Some of you will never ever pray again in your life. God will encounter me and tell me that one of the God's general, he want to make me times 4 of the God's general. If it's some of you just go and sit down and be sleeping. But I realize that is what the spirit, that's the spiritual intention. It is the flesh that will bring it to be. So some people hear that, they go and sit down. I said something here one time, because they told you that you're going to marry abroad, so you insult everybody in Nigeria. Then you are hoping that somebody from Canada, even Calabar, you will not see. Because what you don't know is somebody here may actually link you to somebody there, and it may be somebody here that will go there, then come back and bring you the flesh. I was saying something. How come we don't see churches like Winners Chapel, Love World, where they have all these useless problems that most of us had in our mother church? Like, I mean, marital problem. Why? So when the man comes to marry, they've given you like 6 books, and they're going to ask you questions there, and they give the woman like 6 books also, and they're going to ask you questions there. But in our mother church, what do? They test you if you are pregnant first. The next thing again they do, what again? Are you born again? Are you sanctified? I'm sanctified. Are you washed with the blood? I'm washed. It is not the blood I'm born again that wants to get married. It is the flesh. They are necessary. All these things are necessary. But it's just as if we focus on what we are not supposed to focus on much, and we neglect what we are not supposed to neglect much. So the man is coming all traditional, yet the questions the interviewer asks is, are you born again? You know, life is spiritual, so that in the day of trouble you can help your wife. But the main trouble is inside the bedroom. I'm telling you, if you see a couple, husband and wife fighting, that's why you don't just put yourself in their middle, because they know what caused the fight, but they will never tell you. In fact, it takes love and serious submission before they tell you what caused it. So when you ask them, why are you fighting with your husband? The other day, That's why they can go inside and settle. Do you know why? Because by the time they get inside to settle, they tell themselves the real cause of the problem. Not the other day they told you. It's a decoy. And the real cause of the quarrel is the flesh. Hebrews 10:5. I think we read it on Sunday. Hebrews 10:5. I want to show you something there. Hebrews 10:5. Let's read together. I want to go. Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he said, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body thou hast prepared for me. Leave it there. So this is talking about Jesus, right? This is Jesus, right? When a man speak from 2 places. The first one will be spirit, the second one will be flesh. That's why when Peter spoke at some point, he said, flesh and blood did not show you this. So flesh also can speak, right? He said, but the Spirit of the Lord. When you critically analyze this verse of the Bible, I'm teaching you deep things now. When you look at it, wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he saith, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body thou hast prepared for me. If you look at this very well, you will realize that this is not even the body speaking, it is the Spirit thanking God for the body. Are you seeing that there? This is the Spirit of Jesus thanking God for an offering of the body, because without the body the prophecy will not come to pass. Is that not so? See the blessing and appreciation for having a body. I think 1 John 5, when we read 7, 6, 7, 8, it says something. It said, three things bear witness in heaven. He said, Father, Son. He said, Father, Son. No, Father, the Word, then the Holy Spirit. Then he said, three things bear witness here on earth. And he said, what? Do we have this? You have your Bible, just turn that for me. Three things bear witness here on earth. So it's for heaven and on earth. 5:8. And there are three things that bear witness in earth: the Spirit, which is from God, the water, and the blood. These three agree in one. So in fulfillment of everything, these three must agree in one. I'm going to explain it. I know you don't understand it. So the side from God, the water that we speak about, you know, because man is comprised of spirit, soul, and body. So the soul must be washed by the living water. That is a direct representation of baptism that we see. Oh, that is why I'll tell people when they ask me about baptism, I say baptism is not necessity, and I explain it here in our 5 difference. Why? Because if the water is the living water, then we can't even see the soul. So by believing that we are baptized into Jesus Christ, we are. And somebody say, if you are not baptized, you go. And I asked you about those that accept Jesus in the war front, and there was no opportunity for them to be baptized. Are they going to hell? How about the death and there's water that covered their head? Are they going to hell? So the water must attest, and this water by itself is a living water, because it comes to the soul. So you can't see the soul, you can't see the water. By faith we accept it. Then the next thing is what? The blood. So every time you see the Bible speak about the blood, you realize that the next thing that follows is flesh and blood, flesh and blood, flesh. So they are the same representation. So these three must be active. When God tell you from the Spirit, the next thing is your flesh must concur. Go and look at everybody that they call Oluomo, that they give a certain prophecy and they say, this one is the light bearer of the house. You realize that if the light bearer sit down one place, he will be the most stupid son in the house. Why? Because he didn't engage his flesh. How do you engage your flesh? Everything that God has shown you about yourself, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. The more you go for it, God show you that He has enabled you in that same field. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. So God show you that you're going to be a business tycoon. And some of you will be waiting till you have heaven and earth before. Go for it. Go for it. Start where you are. Start where you are. Why do I fast more than I take care of my flesh? Simple. Because God has shown me that my spirit is going to favor me more than my flesh. It may not be the same story for you. Now, by the time I'm doing 40 days dry fasting and you are doing 40 days dry fasting, how are you going to be able to carry yourself to the market and do your business? You eventually slum on the road, or maybe even die one of these days. That's one thing that disgusts me in this Akure. I think even in Ilesha garage they do that. Africa as a whole. What do? So they bring themselves around 8. They will not do devotion till 10. It's only Africa. You see things like that. They will not do devotion. Then a pastor will now bring himself. There's a way those pastors dress. You know that these are pastors that are suffering. You don't carry me and waste 2 hours of my life in that kind of place. You prayed at home. If I tell you you are blessed, you are blessed. Dami, did I tell you today that water? I didn't tell you. Oh, I thought it in my heart. I thought I told you. So the moment I got out of his car, I wanted to say to him, but I was just singing in my heart. So, water, how is business today? Huh? Was yesterday we went to? Okay, let me make an example that is general here. So on Sunday, I said, this week you are blessed, right? Sometimes I just repeat it maybe twice, right? You don't need to say, you are blessed, 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 you are blessed. Then quote Bible of you are blessed. You don't need to. When your spirit has already conquered inside, that light, you can just bring it out and it catch up with everybody. So I've had lots of testimonies just this week. One of my daughter here, she lost her brother. And I think I posted the testimony on. And the mom and everybody had been thinking of how are we going to. And the friends of the brother, maybe the business, and they searched for her number. And after service, they say, we are giving you 1 million. Just by a spoken word. I don't know if you understand me. So you don't need to do all this. Why? If the man has connection with God, he just come and he say it. Do you know I preach for long compared to Daddy Oyedepo? He just come and he say, I decree you are blessed. That's all. Why? He has gone deeper than me. And his word is law. Problem of Africa. We'll get to our shop by 8. We'll do morning devotion till 11. Customers are waiting. Bad character, 101. That's why I love the Igbos. Igbos don't joke with their business. Even when you get to Ilesha garage, man, there are some of them that they'll say, you won't buy this life. Wait here. Just wait here, no follow me. Wait here. They will get, because they are Igbos. You see Yoruba, they will do isoji. That's how they're clapping. They are doing isoji. Why? They even went to where the flesh should dominate. They are still trying to arouse the spirit. Is it the spirit that is your sales girl? Or is it the spirit that they want to buy something from? People will tell you, wait here. Because it's the law that one of them kept. Guess what? The person that kept the law, he has some boys at the back. And they know their customer. So the person that put the law is there in the meeting doing the devotion. But if they carry something pass back, they say. So before that 10 o'clock that they stop their devotion and it's such revival. You realize that if I have sold what is enough for the day. Africa. You don't see that abroad. It's only Africa that we don't engage our flesh. We don't learn enough. We don't learn. Some people open forex and begin to speak in tongues. Oh God of prophecy. Oh God of prophecy. Am I the designer of forex? When I tell you that there's going to be a boom at a certain time, I told you because the spirit of a prophet has gone ahead. It's not as if I alter forex. I have gone ahead. I've seen it. And that's why many of you enjoyed it. So I go ahead every time. Many times. Like for example, as I yesterday, I still went ahead and I saw the price of food. I saw the price of like oil, all those kind of things. And I saw them almost times 2. I think I came here to church and I say it's the season of oil. Some of you that were with me early today, yeah, I say red oil, all those kind of things. Because I've gone ahead, not because I alter it. So you open for, instead of you to go and learn, you didn't learn. You don't want to be anybody's student. Then you open forex. You put $1,000. And now goes and now put it go sell. If I pray, God used to hear our prayer in R.O. As I'm praying now, it will sell. Watch me. Then the thing begin to buy. Then your leg and there's a way those kind of prayer used to do. It to first of all do as if it's selling. How many of you have prayed for chat? All of you. Burner boys. They've born people. Mr. Biola said, if it don't see me, they more are you painting the motions. He found some of them. By the time he found some of them, they ruined him. And he said, this is where they escort me to. Now I'm a painter. He came such a short time. They have ruined him like long time. Some of you laughing here. You are part of his doom. And he's watching you laughing. He cannot do anything. Say, F1 me say. Otto say, F1 me say. F1 me. Then you fall. They don't know anything inside. They don't know that they are flesh must learn. Then they go there with tongues. And the thing begin to sell. Then the tongue increase. Then they give like $100. In their mind, I told him I'll flip the account. Then the thing begin to buy. Can I shock you? If you look at other parastatals, they do better than Christians. Have you noticed that? So the richest man, you realize he's not born again. A lot of persons, they are not born again and they are having money. Do you know why? Because here on earth, what favors you more is the flesh. If you learn, the flesh does not care if you are born again or not. In fact, your result of being born again is when you will die, you will write the exam. It is when you die that you now see the judgment. Or when witches are after you, you will see the judgment there. That's why you see an imam, or you see somebody that is not born again at all, does not know Jesus and is doing well. Some people even have the vision. They've created it in their mind. But the formation, they know they lack the capacity. So they employ people. They employ people that have worked on their flesh well. So a time is going to come where even in R.O, we are going to be employing security. You know, there are some things you meet up to be a security, and those things are being met in the flesh. We don't bring prayer warriors to be security, because they will gather us together and beat. And the best prayer warrior will do is God will judge. I'm already a prayer warrior. I don't need to bring another prayer warrior. So now you see a man of God, he will carry men that has worked on their flesh, that their flesh have been popped out. Do you understand what that? And the men keep coming like this. And because of the men, you can't have access to them. Because you know what? Have you seen Mayweather? Have you seen his bodyguard? Because of the bodyguard, you can't access the small man inside. So you don't employ people based on, here you are employed based on what and how much you have worked on your flesh. That's why I'm saying it in the church. So on Sunday, I rely more on taking care of your flesh. Eat good food, do exercise and all. Know your health status. Today I'm telling you, work more on your flesh. Empower yourself based on what God have told you. This my son here, Fernando. Each time we laugh at him and we tell him that he's a horrible drummer. You know, he's very good. He's a very good drummer. How many of you know? But it's just one of the most horrible here. But somewhere else is a king. You know that? He doesn't even make mistake. Other than if talking drummer is going, he knows that you can play drum. My own is business. So he stop it. Bam, 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 bam. If the talking drummer is stopping to, if the talking drummer stop to know that he wants to stop and play song, then he begin to play the one he plays in shrine. Bang, 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 bang. And the talking drummer keep doing, and he face somewhere else. And he's very serious with it. But each time you ask him, you say something. He'll say, I'm a businessman, not a drummer. Because a time will come, even the drum, you will leave it for people that they've worked on it with their flesh. And that will be the major then. So they can't want to do drum competition and Ferdinand is there. By the time we see Ferdinand, maybe they're not giving placard. Fernando from R.O, I'll call him. Ferdinand, come. Ferdinand, come. Leave there. Say, Papa, I want to compete. You know what you do for me? Remove that R.O. Have you seen people that go and they just disgrace their church somewhere? They say, I'm from so church and I've been in the choir, and I say, who you are saying? I don't want to go there. I wish I never go there. My God. So even Ferdinand knows that you can't compare him to Victor in the drums. You don't. But he has an advantage. He major in what he knows his flesh can learn. So most times when I call Ferdinand around 3, 1, 2, you don't know, I go to Ferdinand's house around 12. Am I lying? Around 1 a.m. I'll just throw. And I've never met a girl there. But one day now, one day. Maybe he used to budget it, maybe that weekend, you know, that Papa will likely come. Papa, so weekend like that, I'll just go there. Sometimes, anytime, I can just go there and I'll just call them by the gate. Moses or Ferdinand, come and open your gate. And they open it. I get into their house, sometimes 1, sometimes 12, sometimes 2. Guess what he's doing? If he's not learning, I've never seen him with drum this thing, and he's trying to watch how they roll, how to roll this boom, Maybe some of you that are sorry, maybe you've seen it. Maybe after this, maybe he can go and learn it. I don't know. But Ferdinand does not even know if the drum went according to tune. The only person that used to tune this drum is Mazi. Only him. So he will come, he will tune it. Do, he will put earpiece. How many of you have seen him doing it? Do. And the Ferdinand is just okay, like, what's it concern me? Either they don't sound like so, Ferdinand does not care. He's like, and they look at him, he throw his face away. Why? The whole idea is understand what your flesh, what the Spirit have chosen for you, and follow it with your flesh. That's a problem with us. Most times we understand what the Spirit have chosen for us, but we follow it with prayer. So you pray more than you walk on what you are giving from heaven. You pray more than you walk on it. And if you are giving to ministry from heaven, then you can pray. I'll show you a potential failure in ministry. A potential failure in ministry is the one that is called by God, and he follow another man that say everybody that has signs and wonders are fake. He is already a failure, because you don't need to know if they are fake or not. Follow your God, love them, so that your God that is real can give you the real one of that they are fake. Because fake only exists because there's no real one. So people are called of God, they go to where there's no miracle, no sign, no wonder, nothing. And they want to give impact to their generation. Have your lay impact, now compact. You do nothing. So what am I saying? Christians, have you noticed that Africa? Oh, okay. Let me make another example. Are you here or you went home? Have you gone to okay, you've seen in the movies, obviously, and some of you that must have traveled abroad, I think out of us here, maybe Pastor Nathan alone, he has been in Manchester. For the rest of us, the same motor carriers. Mr. Biola too, and the wife, is it with your wife? You carried her? She went before you. Wow, love. And my wife too in my dream. Do you know why it's funny? Because you know this thing is not real. It only become real when it's life, when it's in the flesh, because I'm speaking to the flesh. So why do you laugh? Why don't you concur? Say, Because when we say according to dream, every one of you have entered plane. And some of you that have not entered, you have fly. And some of them still they fly. Some of you that you are from Edo State, your own is even different. You have an airline company under your bed. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm joking. I don't say when I be wish. I don't talk like that. Before you now say that's what I said. No, I didn't say so. If you check airline abroad, you see sometimes you see like 50 planes in a more than self. Some are landing, some are flying, some are, you understand? And before they do the check-in, no, they'll check you in. No, they'll check you out. Is that not so? Those of you that are traveling abroad, you have watched movies. You just go to the line and just pam. No. Come and check Akure. Where only 2 flights land. That one I know most of us have fly with this Akure, and some of you have escorted us to the airport. This Akure. Mostly when they look at you and they see that you have money, you don't want to drop it. They have a way of dealing with you. Pull your shoe. By the time you pull your shoe, you are coming. Lift up your hand. Pull your belt. By the time you pull your belt, drop your phone. Drop your phone. Drop your phone. Here. By the time they did it as if you are a suspect of drug. By the time they've done all that, they collect it there. After all manner of delay, in fact, thunder can just be going on its own like this. They see the thunder, they say we delay you one more hour. Why? Because if you go to the airport service, sometimes before they start anything, they first of all pray. So they major in the spirit, not in the flesh. How many in Nigeria can really fly Boeing 737? Some of you don't even know what I'm saying. When we are busy teaching, when the Chinese people are busy, I told you how they pick, what their children is going to be. I've taught you here before. So they buy toys, they buy some cars, some aeroplane, some medical toys. Then they look at the one the child loves more. Then they keep buying the one the child loves more. They keep buying. Then the child grow up and say, I want to be a medical doctor. That's why the death rate of medical practitioner of we that are sick in Nigeria is too much. Because these people didn't start. They didn't pick you people, doctors, from small. Some is by knock. Some doctors that you are seeing, they are supposed to be in theater art. And their father said, you want to art film? You want to art film? They say, come. When you are like in SS1, many of you are not doing what you ought to do. Say, come. You say, what class are you? Say, I want to be like Ogogo. Say, Ogogo. Ogogo, you don't get motor. Come. Then your father take you inside. Then the Bible says he minister unto you. Then they bring you out. Ask you, what will you be? I want to be a pilot. Do you know why? Everything is in the spirit. The spirit. Say, I've been praying and God has told me that you are going to be a doctor. And this guy is so dumb. He has not even passed physics, chemistry, biology, everything minus. As in odo. Biology. This guy does not even understand. Have you seen people that are going to school of nursing? They are afraid of blood. These people here that are doing anatomy here in Fuda, to show you that it wasn't their choice. I think one time I had a Agidi vomit. Is it vomit or faint? She fainted. One of my daughters. Oh, you people are classmates, right? Agidi fainted. Yeah. You know that it's not her choice. That lady should be in theater art. Just be dancing and be having a freedom. But they've encouraged her. You're going to minko. I've started mine now. My children must love blood. If that's what is selling in the UK, all blood na blood. So even me that I'm talking to, I'm indoctrinated with that because I'm African. So do you know the amount of Okiki school fees? Then she now come back to me and say, Daddy, I want to be an actor. That's how we do a mieshu. Parada. Actor where? Imagine what will happen to you when you walk up to your parents and say, Mom, I want to be a model. That is why in Africa you see people in sectors that they were never called to be there. You see people in the medical and you are dying, they look at you, hey, I beg you, no go die. Then by the time you begin to say, you no go die in Jesus' name, no worry. In Jesus' name, you no go die. Then the guy dies, oh Lord, bring him back. But negligence have killed a lot. Negligence. My son that we went to see today, just minor fracture. That at the day it happened, they would have just carried it and rearranged it back. They left it there 2 days. Now the second day they say let it come down first. That is Africa. Because most of all those people, they are not even qualified to be babalawo. Yet we are calling them doctor. They can't even fill in the gap of a native doctor. That is the problem of Africa. Abroad, you see people from Stone, they say, Mom, I want to be a cop. And the mom say, oh, you really like that? Say yes. I want to be a marine. If you see anybody join soldier, you know see job. Say hello. If you get what I say hello. If you see anybody join soldier and say, I want to be an army, I want to represent Nigeria, I want to fight for Nigeria in Chibok. Do you know that they look for volunteers, America, volunteers, and you see soldiers, all those Benghazi, all those secret soldiers of Benghazi, and all the real life story. People volunteer to go and die. They volunteer for America because from small they've had it in mind that this will, and for them is destiny fulfilled. Nigeria, na job akuku fine go. Because there's no job. People are in the police. How do you not expect them to be honest? That's why we don't have honest police. How do you expect them to be honest when they came here to hustle? Nothing fits anything in Africa. How many of you have noticed it? It's a normal thing. If you say you have not noticed it, you are the perfect example of what I'm saying. Because even you, if you noticed it, then you even fit something. You not noticing it, that means you don't even fit where we are expecting it to fit. Like there are some parties you tell me that you want to vote. You don't need a prophet to tell me that you are mad, that you have mental issue. The flesh. I made an example where America, you can see somebody that is poor. Somebody maybe at this my level, just okay, would come and say, I've achieved this, I've achieved this, I've achieved this, I've achieved this. I want to be a president. And people look at based on their achievements and they want to vote him. You see, in Africa, you must have money to share. So the achievement we look at is how much you have stolen and how much you can give away out of it. Then we hail you. Say kaka, say kaka. Then by the time the Christians gather and vote you in based on the money you have, then they'll now see gather again and go to the altar and pray. Lord, and God is saying, I'm not even present in Africa. I've gone to Europe where they are serious with life and destiny. God is saying, I'm in China. I did China. Oh, God is in Dubai on holiday. Because you put yourself inside. I said the angels go and kill evil politician. And the angels say, where? Which politician? Did I have voters card? Angels don't have voters card. It is me and you. We treat a lot with the spirit. The spirit. I ask every one of you now. The spirit. All through your life, how did you get to this level? Is the spirit. Some of you, you met a prophet and you say, pick for me. What will I be in the future? And the prophet will say, you are an what again? You are a physicist. And this guy has F9 in maths. You know, there are some of us that when you are teaching us maths, you are busy teaching. What we are seeing is sandalili, 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 sandal, and you are teaching. We are just looking like this. Do you understand? God bless you for your honesty. Some of you are already regretting. As you are at the state of your life now that you are regretting. Some of you are so jovial and you can act very well, and you are in a science school. You should know that they beat the course that you are doing now into you. It was impacted onto you. That was not the real you. Why some people shouldn't even go to school at all? Yes. So people shouldn't even go to school at all. One of the mates of my wife, I think she's in Accra now, or I don't know, but I know she's married. She was saying, is there no man say mass come? You remember her? It's a mass come, mass now. Those ones should not go to school at all. Those are the ones you take to a year or show. Say, teach this one. And say, fa. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of our God. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of our God. I will rejoice. I will rejoice and be glad. My depressed days are over. I will. See, have you seen? Let me make an example. You don't want to struggle in your life. How many of you don't want to struggle in your life? Look for what the Spirit have chosen for you. Follow it with your flesh, not what your passion. That's why you see some people, they will go to the school, half first class, they'll still come and do business. But if you already know what the Spirit have chosen for you, by the time you are going to the school, it would have been an added advantage. I told you an example of my wife. So the father was a judge, and she wanted to be a lawyer by all means. By all means, she wanted to be a lawyer. I think he went to Ilorin, and they didn't give her law. So she left Ilorin. She came back to Kogi State University. Continued. Trying to chase law. Did they give you mass comm in Ilorin also? English. And she left it. I want you to see the correlation of everything. Then she came to Kogi State, so they gave her mass comm. You know, it still correlates with English. So by the time all her mates went to 100 level, she bought another jam form because she wanted to do that law. Until a prophet encountered the mother, right? A prophet. And the prophet said, why don't you leave this child to do mass comm? Because this is what the future holds. Do you know how many of you that you were not lucky enough to even see a prophet? You are just here now. We like 3 sessions. So what? How many carryover do you have? How many spillover? My own is not much, just 3 sessions. Just 3 sessions. I said, Papa is like, I said, what do you mean? Is it 3 calls? It's 3, like this, 3. 3 what? Sessions. When the Spirit show it to you, how much of the flesh have you invested inside what the Spirit showed to you? Because it's the flesh that you need. The Spirit is just the map. The flesh will bring you to fulfillment. Have you understood what I preach now? Be on your feet.